Here we go. Dobrodošli ljudi na prvi video na Knockdown MMA kanalu zvanično. Sa nama je danas novo potpisani UFC borac Tanner Trembley. Ko nije, neka isprati borbu sa Robertom Gabrielom Pugom. Ono je bilo ludilo mozga, jedna od jačih borbi koju sam ja gledao u istoriji jebenog kontendera. Borba je ludilo, Tanner je vrhunski momak i još luđi borac i vrhunski borac i eto danas ćete imati priliku da čujete iz prve ruke kako šta izgleda. Rad kanala možete podržati u opisu videa i like, share, subscribe i svakako dobrodošao. So yeah, here today with us is a recently signed, fresh from the DWCS Contender Series week 2, Tanner Kill 'em Quick Trembley. Man, how you doing? What's up?
I'm doing good, Vuk, man. It's good to see you. Good to talk to you.
Appreciate you, man. It was a pleasure. Thank you for your time, man.
Yeah.
At first, so, man, you are like a crazy ass guy, you know, after that fight on Contender Series. It was, I've just said in Serbian, like, it was one of the wildest fights on the Contender Series in a while, you know, because I'm watching this shit for so long, and it was like, both of you guys are like, you didn't just, you know, win the contract, you fought for it. Like, you fought your butt off for the contract, sure. And that's you know, so respectable. So at first, buddy, how you feeling? What about injuries? What about your health? Is it all right?
Yeah, man, everything's good. Everything's good. I got a broken nose, so just kind of nursing that a little bit. I'm a little bit of a fat fuck right now. I've been eating my ass off, but
how much you weigh right now?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if you saw any of my stories that I posted.
I didn't, to be honest. No, sorry. It's about 180, right?
So yeah, I was 180. When was I 180? Well, I mean, first off, when the UFC checked my weight before the fight, I was 170 already.
Oh,
and then so I was already pretty big. And then I hit 180. When was that? Probably, I think it was last Friday or Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then Tuesday night we checked my weight and I was 190.
Holy fucking shit. But you're feeling good, right?
I'm feeling good. And I will say that was like I had a few beers that night. I had a big supper. And then I worked out. No, that was Monday night. And then I worked out Tuesday, Wednesday, yesterday, and I'm already back down to like 175. So that was just for a little bit there. I was big, but
I mean, look, like a few beers after that fight. I mean, it's respectable, you know. I mean, like you gotta celebrate. I would say the victory. To be honest, I would celebrate like the victory, the getting the contract, getting signed, you know, getting recognized and all those stuff. But I want to mention, like, man, getting broken nose from that fight is crazy by itself. I mean, that tells a lot about your toughness and your will.
Well, what's actually funny is I actually broke my nose the week before on my last training session. Yeah. I'll shoot you over a picture of it, but yeah, I freaking broke it last sparring round. And it was funny because Brock didn't, my coach didn't want me sparring at all. But I usually spar a week out typically, you know, just do
before the fight week or in the fight week.
I usually like the week out from the fight. I usually still spar, but I usually just do a few rounds and, you know, kind of keep it lighter. But I ended up it was kind of a weird, the way it all happened was kind of weird. And anyways, that's a different story. But yeah, I ended up breaking it last round of sparring. And I'm just like, fuck. I run over to Brock. My nose is broken. It's like way over here. He's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, so going into it, I'm like, we knew, you know, I couldn't grapple for that week leading up to it, which it is what it is, no biggie, but we knew, like, going into it, like, that my nose is gonna open up pretty much right away, and it did, man. The first jab he threw literally started gushing blood.
I mean, guys sharp on a feet as fuck. Roman is like crazy boxing pressure, in my opinion, but we're gonna talk about that later. So first thing first, buddy, you're Minnesota zone. You're from Minnesota. And like we have seen in a while, like ex-UFC champions, for example, like I'm just, brainstorming right now, Brock Lesnar, John Castaneda, all of those guys are Minnesota's people. How much does that mean to you in terms of like recognizing, getting your identity recognized, and like how much does it feel good to represent Minnesota on like the biggest scene, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it feels good because it feels really good because there's not too many of us. It's a pretty small community, and with that, like we're all pretty close. Like all the gyms, like I go to the academy and spar. I know like the community up here is really close. So yeah, it means a lot, man. Not a lot of we don't have like these big fancy gyms up here. We don't have like all this like I don't know, all these, we're not like ATT, but yeah, it feels good, man. I feel like it's just we're more of like just a blue collar, like get after it kind of a community up here. Especially our gym at Start, like we don't got a lot of guys, but every guy that we have is solid and tough as fuck. Absolutely. Man, I'm not the only one, that all these guys from the gym are tough as fuck. So yeah.
And
feels good.
Yeah, you mentioned that as your strength, right? Because you're like in a smaller group of people who are bonded and is able to bring you tough rounds and shit. You don't have to be in ATT or some gym with thousands of guys just rolling out there. I think that's a really good point, to be honest, because in like the biggest gym in a planet, like in ATT, Kill Cliff, I don't know, whatever, you're just a number as a fighter until you're proven, right? And in your like smaller gym, in your environment, I mean, people would bark a lot, like it's your comfort zone, you don't want to move out of your hometown and shit. That's all bullshit, in my opinion. You can get to the highest level not training with not training in the biggest gyms, and that's what I really respect about you. And I love you mentioning that as your strength, not your, we are from a small town. We don't have much resources, but we can build them, right?
Yeah.
So I just see that. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and I think I have the best setup right now because Brock Larson, our head coach, he's an OG of the game, and he's just so knowledgeable, especially when it comes to grappling. He's just the experience overall. I mean, he had, I think, 52 fights, professional fights. He fought in the UFC, fought for the WEC title, fought for the ONE SC title. So he's just has so much experience, and I can have that one-on-one time with him because we don't have that many guys, So it's like I see him twice a day, every day. We're doing one-on-ones. We're talking about strategy. We're hitting mitts together, and it's so nice. But then I'll go like every fight camp. I'll usually go down to Vegas to Extreme, and I'll train there for a couple weeks out of every fight camp. So it's like the best of both worlds. I can go down there and get like maybe higher level. We got good guys. We got pretty high level guys, but I can get like high level UFC guys that I'm sparring with every day, that I'm rolling with every day. So like Dan Ige, Julian Erosa, like Pedro Falco, like. Man, a lot of I'm sure I'm missing some guys, but Tofik Musayev, I get to go down there and actually Patchy Mix, Kobe Fair, all these guys down there. So I get it. So it's like the best of both worlds. Like I can go down there, and my buddy Tyler Madison lives down there, so I'll just stay at his crib for a week or two, and it all works out so good. And now it's even better because now I can actually use the PI and go down there and get all my meals every day and use the training facility, use the all the trainers and stuff for PT and all that good stuff. So yeah, man, I think I got a good thing going there, and I don't need to move to one of these places to get good work, So yeah, I think I got a good thing going right now for sure.
Yeah, as you said in the beginning, that's a pretty good setup to be on the highest level. So gotcha completely. By the way, I wanted to ask you about your fight week for this Contender Series, but not in terms, preparation, what was the game plan and other shit. I wanted to talk like being a professional athlete in a PI in Vegas and stuff like that. Because, for example, back in the day, last season of the Contender Series, my guy from my town fought in the Contender Series, won the contract.
Oh, let's go.
But he had a problem. He was I mean, I wouldn't say forced, but he was forced by the UFC to come to Sao Paulo for some media days, taking photos of him and stuff like that. Then he had to come back to Belgrade and Novi Sad, and after 2 days he's going to Vegas. So can you tell us a bit more about the fight week, but in terms of how did UFC workers and stuff treated you as a professional athlete? How was the meals? How was the training? How did your fight week look like in that way?
Yeah. So the UFC had me come down for all the media stuff and photos and all that stuff, interviews and all that. Like, it was like probably 6 weeks, 7 weeks out. So whereas like it sounds like your guy had to go do that stuff and then go back and then come back pretty much right away. So I did that like 6 weeks before, and then but fight week I got down there on Saturday morning, fighting Tuesday. So I got down there Saturday, checked in with the guys at the hotel. Sunday they kind of Sunday you get all your gear and stuff like that, but as far as like everything was pretty hands off. Like they weren't feeding you meals. Everything was on your own for contenders. Everything was on your own.
For real?
Yeah, yo.
I didn't expect that, to be honest.
Yeah, we didn't get any help in terms of like weight cut or any meals or anything like that. We didn't get anything like after wins either. It was pretty hands off for contenders. They gave you like Cheez-Its and like Cliff Bar, like stuff like that. A few like liquid IV packets and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty hands off. But the staff was awesome. Like everyone down there is super, super helpful and super responsive if you have any questions or text them or whatever. And yeah, everyone down there was super cool, man. In the UFC, I haven't met one bad apple yet. But and just like texting like the guys and like the head of like the medical, and just everyone's like super responsive and has been really cool so far. So yeah, it was good though. But yeah, as far as the fight week down in Vegas, everything was pretty much on our own. It was me hitting mitts with my teammates and corner and yeah, just kind of trying to get it all. But it was good though. It was all good.
Yeah. But if you can like choose, what is the biggest difference between UFC environment and environment back in the day when you had to accept like a short notice catch weight to fight a guy? Obviously on the regional scene, it's like a smaller paychecks. You can provide a lot for your family, I assume. But what if you can choose? What's the biggest difference in that way?
It was just everything was just so much more official. Like, and I was pretty lucky that all my professional fights were in LFA, and they do a pretty damn good job too. Like, they're the best. And they're not even really regional. They're the best like promotion, I think, outside of the UFC and probably PFL.
Probably, yeah.
Like they do a really good job, and very thankful for those guys.
I think Fury's good as well, but
yeah, Fury's good. CFFC, there's a couple, good ones, but no, it was just like everything was just so much more legit. Like you got your gear, you got your Contender Series gear, you're getting transported, all over the place. Like valets picking you up, dropping you off, picking you up, dropping you off. Like you're actually at the apex, like everything was just so much more legit and real, and just like, but it all like, I wasn't like, one thing I think you kind of, your mind kind of plays tricks on you a little bit coming into this stuff. It's like, oh, this is a big stage now. This is for a contract. This is fighting in front of Dana and all the UFC brass, and this is gonna be streamed on Paramount Plus. So you kind of like your mind maybe kind of play tricks on you and make it out to be something more than it is. And so yeah, in anticipation of the fight, I was kind of, you're kind of thinking about this stuff, how am I going to react mentally and everything. But dude, once I get down, the closer I get to the fight, like once I've touched down in Vegas, I already felt better and like more confident, as I weighed in and got to see Roman, it's like, I feel better, more confident, get to see these guys. And like, by the time I got to the Apex and everything, get to the Apex, just feel better, warm up, feel better, more confident. And it's like, everything just felt like, yeah, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be, exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Like everything just felt normal and comfortable, and it's like where I should be, so. But yeah, it was such a fun experience.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, I like your smile when you're talking about the past experience. So I think it's really like it's really nice, and it's like a pleasure. I mean, it's achieving the dream.
Yeah,
So
it would have been
really,
better if I would have won. I mean, fuck, I hate losing. That was my first ever loss.
I
So
mean, buddy, both of you won. Like, fuck the judges, fuck all the shit. Both of you won, and
yeah. And that's one thing. That's one thing too that Brock, my coach, said. He's like, man, it sucks we lost, but get to not many people get to actually win from a loss like this, and actually get this UFC contract and all that stuff. So yeah, man, it's pretty cool. Oh shit, brother, I lost you again. I lost you again. Oh no.
can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, we're good.
It's worse. I mean, the sound, but I don't know what's wrong with the microphone. Anyways, you mentioned that not many guys are able to get a contract from a loss, right? But if we talk about guys who got contracts from their losses in Contender Series, there are two type of people. Is it fly around you or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, there's a two type of people. If you agree, guys who are tough as fuck, have that granite chin is just able to take punches well, and guys like you who's tough as fuck and is able to punch back. I mean, I would say like my biggest impression about you from that fight is your recoverability. You were able to punch back when you got hurt, obviously, and to make a guy wobble in the second round. And like, in terms of that, what was your impression about the fight? How's the fight going? I mean, obviously, it was a war. I wouldn't say it was sloppy so much. I would just say it was, a war where you guys just fought your butt off to get a contract. And obviously, I mean, I want to hear your perspective on that. It's different preparing for the fight, like in the UFC, in the LFA, and for Contender Series. Because on the Contender
100%.
Series, you got to perform, as an animal. I mean, so what was your impression during the fight?
So, so exactly like you're saying is like when we were game planning for this fight, it was more so like we didn't grapple too much. Like that wasn't part of the game plan. I still grapple a lot in my training and stuff like that, but we were kind of more just like had that mentality of just wanting to just fight, be exciting, and so it's just something me and Brock have kind of talked about since. It's like, man, if like you're saying, this is for a Contender Series. That's different than any other fight, because not only are you looking to win, you have to be exciting, and so I think like if we were to fight him again, we would definitely do things differently, and that's not to say like, I mean, he beat me like straight up. I'm not, no excuses on that or anything. But no, and then to get to the fight. So after the first round, like, man, I think it was a combo of just like getting dropped, like eating some body shots, and my nose being broken, so not being able to breathe out of my nose. Man, after the first round, I just remember, and I rocked him at the end of the first round too. But I remember sitting on the stool just thinking, "Holy fuck, how am I gonna figure this out?" Like I'm like, I was just like, man, I'm like tired right now, and I'm tired, and I'm kind of pride myself on being like having a really good gas tank and stuff like that. And I just remember thinking, holy shit, I haven't felt like this in a fight yet, you know, being this tired. But I didn't waver in my like faith or my confidence or anything like that. I was just telling myself, we're gonna figure it out. You know, I'm gonna hit him with something. I'm gonna put him down. I'm gonna take him down. Like something's gonna happen. We'll figure it out. Just keep fighting, you know. And but yeah, man, I was almost kind of just freaking on autopilot from the second round on for the most part. Like that, I wasn't, man, I was just fighting at that point, basically. You know, I was kind of maybe not as technical as I should have been, and you know, I didn't really have the juice on some of my, you know, I'd grab that the first round, I'd grab the single, and I was kind of using it just to get close to like beat him up and clinch with him. But then after, you know, in the second round, I'd go in and I just didn't have the freaking juice to like finish it. So yeah, that's kind of my perspective of it, was just like just being so damn tired and just like, man, just keep going forward, just keep fighting. Like we'll figure it out. Something will land. We'll put him down, and that's what Brock was telling me too, man. He's like, dude, if you're going forward, you're winning. You know, we want to be at that range. If the more you kind of go and then take a step back, now you're at his range where he's jabbing you, you know, and then coming in. So yeah, man, I don't know. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I mean, to us fans, obviously, yeah, but for you as well. Uh, if we talk about Roman Gabriel Puga, you said that you would do things different if you have to fight him again and shit like that. Would you like to meet him in a UFC as a rematch, like in early phases of your career, or you just want to go forward and want to move on and just start fighting, start winning in the UFC, and you don't give a fuck about Roman Gabriel Puga?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, like I would love to get it back already. Like I think most fighters are like, fuck, man, I want to get that back. But um, I hope he just goes off. I hope he has you know, I hope he has a really good run, and because the better he does, the better it looks for me too, you know. So it's like, yeah, man, I hope he goes off. I hope I go off, and I could see like a good example would be like Gene Silva and Kevin Vallejos fighting on Contenders. Like, dude, in one or two more fights, they'll probably be fighting again, you know.
Sure.
But
Yep.
potentially, you know. So it's like maybe something like that'll happen where, you know, we both just start winning and knocking dudes out and finishing guys, and then, you know, we end up fighting down the road. I'm not like I just wanna fight. I just wanna fight the best guys, and if he ends up being, you know, one of the best guys, like, you know, at 3, 4, 5 fights in, then perfect.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get him back for that
Yeah.
loss on a Contender. Yeah, I got you. Jean Silva has some tough fight, bro, coming in. It's like a short notice replacement, right? Jose Delgado
Delgado,
fighting.
yeah.
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 I think that's a tough fight, to be honest. Delgado, like from MMA Lab, I like the gym a lot. I think their fight IQ is like on the highest level in the sport. I
Yeah, I
think he
agree.
can make some problems. He's big for the division. But Jean Silva just fought best of the best in the division till now. Now
Yeah.
we'll see how that figures out. But that's like the perfect comparison between you and Roman Puga and Jean Silva and Kevin Vallejos. I think it can actually be the same, Pat, in terms of you and Roman going through the division.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about two feelings that you had that night. What was your feeling, in the locker room after the fight's finished? You were first fight in the card. You had to wait for Dana to announce, who got contract, who didn't. And what was the feeling when you got back home after getting the contract? Obviously, you said you celebrated, been popping some beers on you and shit in the backyard. I've seen that on the story.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
but what was, the feeling in the locker room and in the hotel room after the night?
So, well, right away, you know, you get kind of right away. I'm just like, holy shit, you know, what the fuck just happened? You know, it's just like your adrenaline's still going, and especially after that fight, you know, it was just crazy. And but I like had confidence. I said a prayer in the ring just like, Lord, if it's in your will, let me have a contract, you know, too. Because like I knew that he won. You know, I think and it was a close fight, especially watching it back. It's like, golly, like it was a close fight, you know. But I kind of knew, like, I thought, you know, he did more in the second round. I thought I won the third, like in the moment. I thought I won the third, but I'm like, yeah, I think he, you know, won the first two. But so right away, I was just like, you get to the back, and I was just like, crazy emotions, kind of both ways. Like, I was like, man, that was awesome, but I was also like, I fucking lost. This sucks. I'm like yelling at Brock. I'm like, Brock, what the fuck, man? We lost, like, fuck. And then, but Sean Shelby was in the doctor's office with it. So like Dana talked, you know, saw us in the ring, shook our hands, and was like, wow, that was incredible. Like, that was much respect, you know, all that. He's like, and then Sean was in the back. So right after the doc was like checking me out and was gonna there before they started transporting us, Sean came up to me and he's like, and I said, oh, sorry, Sean, to keep you waiting, because he was in there waiting for like the 3, 4, 5 minutes, you know. And he's like, oh, are you kidding me? That was fucking awesome, Tanner. Like, what a fight, man. I just want to let you guys know, like, or let you know that I don't know what's gonna happen tonight, but as far as like what Dana's gonna say, but I just want you to know we're gonna have something for you, like. We'll figure it out. If it's not a contract tonight, like, we'll figure something out for you, man. That was an awesome performance and all this stuff. So that made me feel pretty good, you know, right away. Like whatever that means, but it was like, oh, you know, that's cool. So then we get transported to the emergency room in Vegas, and like we're sitting there, and then like my face started hurting a little bit, you know, once the adrenaline started wearing off. I'm like, oh, like, fuck, my face hurts. And then we were in the back, and then Angel, my corner, who's in the UFC too, Angel Pacheco, he was like, oh shit, Dana's announcing the contracts and stuff. So then we were watching it, and he says that we get one too. So we start all freaking out, you know. We're all pumped up, yelling and shit. And then like a nurse like walks in, she's like, what's going on in here? You know, and we're just like, oh, sorry, like, we're just excited. And then like a few minutes later after that, his Puga's two coaches come in, and they're like, oh, we heard a bunch of people yelling, and we just knew it was you guys. Like, so he's like, we were like going room to room to find you guys, and they just said congrats and all that stuff. They were super cool. And then Roman ended up coming in like, you know, 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, whatever, and that's where we got that picture. And and
that was after you figured out that you're getting the contract, right?
Yeah. Yep. So then, yeah, and he was a good dude too, man. It was, he said a bunch of nice things. I said a bunch of nice things. It was, you know, when you share the cage with someone, especially you go through a war like that, like, it's just, I don't know. You both went through this experience together, you know. So it's just like it's a interesting thing. It's a cool thing, you know. So, but then okay, so then fast forward, we get to the hotel. I get all my bags, and then I bring everything to my wife and kids, and because they got an Airbnb as well. So we go there, and then I honestly, like, I was in rough shape. I was hurting, like, physically and mentally a little bit, but I was like physically like, fuck. You know, plan on having it, maybe a couple beers and hanging out with everyone, but it was like I was hurting pretty bad. So but then I felt better the next day, and then we kind of celebrated a little bit. So
yeah. It has to be celebrated, obviously. I mean, you can't miss that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was a hell of an experience. I assume. Like, if you can choose again, what's the biggest thing you achieved in your life with getting this contract? Is it you're able to compete with the best in probably one of the best divisions in the world? Featherweight is stacked as fuck. Are you able to provide more for your family? Are you able to, like, do you want to just put respect on your name and shit like that? What's the biggest thing you got from this contract?
Yeah, it's definitely like it's definitely like providing for my wife and kids, because we, you know, like way back when I started fighting, it was like, this is a big sacrifice. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So like me and my wife talked about it and we're like, all right, we're going to do it. So kind of put all of our eggs in one basket type of a thing, you know, and she works her ass off at her job. We also own a daycare business that she runs, and just the whole headache of being a business owner, you know, she's killing it and working her butt off, and you know, it might be wearing on her a little bit. So for me to be able to like actually start providing like is going to be huge, man. And I'm not going to take that lightly. I'm already training. I'm already back to training. I'm already figuring out, you know, what I can do better, and I want to be, I have a big motivation in that for my wife. So when I didn't win, I was like just thinking about how like fuck, I let my wife down, you know, I let my family down, and but to hear there's a cool video too of because my wife was still at the arena when Dana was announcing it, and there's a cool video of him announcing it, and it was cool too. Everyone in the arena started kind of freaking out too when I got the contract, and then just to hear her and see her like crying and just like happy. It's like when I was sitting in the hospital bed, it made me start crying, you know, just seeing her. So definitely like being able to provide a little bit more. I know it's not a lot of money, you know, especially right away, but I'm pretty confident. I have good faith in myself and my abilities that I'm going to be able to bring in some good money, you know, to fight my ass off, hopefully win some bonuses, and you know, be an exciting guy, and yeah, and make it far, man. I think I can be a world champion. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't, you know, and fuck, I don't care if that sounds delusional or anything, man. I believe it. I'm gonna do everything I fucking can to make it happen. So, but yeah, so it's just, and you know, I think a big motivation too is just like, you know, I'm from a small town of 2,500 people, and even St. Cloud's a relatively small town, and so it's just like, that's always been a big motivation for me. You know, even in high school, it's like I'm gonna be the guy to show like, hey, you can do this from a small town. You can go out and do and be whatever you want to be. You know, you can be a professional athlete. You can do all these things. You know, just because you're from a small town, it's like you can branch out and you can do stuff. So I'm doing it also for that, you know, 12-year-old me, that 13-year-old me that had these dreams of being a world champion wrestler and all this stuff. Being a fighter. It's like I'm doing it I'm trying to make that kid proud. You know.
Yeah, hands down for that one, man. It like you have every single ability to achieve your dream to become a world champion. And I would like to again to mention to all the people watching this abroad and in Serbia, Tanner, you got that hard will and recoverability and extra motivation because your family is like the biggest priority in your life, and that's something that makes difference on the championship level, in my opinion. Because on the championship level, everyone's good, you know, everyone does know how to frame, how to wrestle, how to strike and shit, how to do jiu-jitsu, yeah. But not every one of them have, you know, hearts like you, and that's something I really think that makes difference on the championship level. You're fresh in the UFC, man, and so for the end of this interview, if you have any final message for all of the people watching this, for everything you want to mention, everything you're going to say, it's your time.
Well, thanks for the kind words, Vuk. That was cool, man. Appreciate it. But man, I just want the fans to I'm gonna be exciting. That's for damn sure, man. I'm gonna tune in because it's gonna be a war every time, or I'm gonna put them away early. That's kind of how I look at it, man. I'm either gonna put them away early, or it's gonna be a war, and hopefully my my hands raised at the end of it, unlike this last one. But yeah, man, I got a lot more. I got a lot more to show too. So you know, it's like I am a technical fighter. I do have, you know, I have good grappling. I have good submissions. I have good. I'm pretty good everywhere. So yeah, I got a lot more to show. Definitely got a lot more in the tank, and I'm excited to show it to everyone.
For sure, man. For sure. I mean, your nickname is Kill Him Quick, but ended up, you know, fighting war for 15 minutes. It says a lot by itself. So, yeah. in the end, I want to wish you all the best in your upcoming fights, in your life.
Thank you, sir.
And I want to wish you getting booked for Serbian card, so we can watch you in Belgrade, so we can watch you in Serbia next year. Trust me, man, it will be like, it will pay off. It's awesome here, and we really appreciate fighters like you and warriors like you, as I previously mentioned. Again, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your feedback. I hope you enjoyed a bit, and that we actually show people who Tanner Trembley now is, and we can get back to this interview after you reach your next dream and next goal in your career. So that was it. Ljudi, ovo je bio Tanner Trembley na Knockdown MMA kanalu. Tanneru svaka čast i verujem da momak može da uradi svašta u karijeri. Ispričali smo se baš fino i verujem da ste čuli neke ekskluzive, neke stvari koje niste imali priliku da čujete ranije. I nadam se da ćemo gledati ovog momka što pre i nadam se da ćemo imati još nekoga u ovoj formi. Vi svakako pišite dole ako vas nešto zanima. Tanner verujem da će i odgovoriti, jer vidite da je izuzetno prizeman lik i vrhunski borac. Tako da to bi bilo to. For the end, again, wish you all the best and hope we'll get back soon to you, man. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks, Vuk. Appreciate it, man.